I met Dr. Sigmund about 7 years ago when I came to Drury.
I've known Dr. Sigmund for almost 4 years now.
So I've known Scott Sigmund for almost 7 years now, ever since my first day at Drury.
Known Dr. Sigmund since first semester freshman year.
I have known Dr. Sigmund since I was an undergrad here, and that was probably, I first met him in around 2008 or 2009.
I've known him since I was a little girl, and it was neat when I showed up here at Drury and saw him there, because I'm like, oh, a fellow Kabulian. So.
Yeah, I met him when my brother started at Drury and did computer science, and then I eventually started doing computer science, and so I've gotten to know him pretty well.
He really is, I think, one of the best colleagues I can think of, because he takes his work really seriously, he takes his work with his students really seriously, but he doesn't take himself very seriously, which is a very nice combination to have in a colleague and a friend.
Probably my favorite thing is to start talking about a Cardinals game and end up talking about how to best educate students. It's wonderful how they always kind of end up there.
That first year, he really helped me get over the first big learning curve, and a lot of the progress that I've made till now is because of him.
The first semester, I needed to take a class from Japan because of the COVID hit, but he allows me to take application development from Japan, and he often set the time for he often think about time difference, even it is a very midnight maybe in the US, but he set at the time. I really appreciate it actually. So
I appreciate just all the opportunities that he's given us to go beyond in what we've learned in the classroom. He organized having the O'Reilly competition against SBU.
He had students working on a project with Walmart, had executives in from Bentonville, and I was just really impressed with the exposure that our students were getting and the level of work that they were doing on the project. It was a really involved project, and he did a great job running that.
Enjoyed just being able to stop by his office or run into him in the halls and chat and have a good time. He's always willing to chat about anything and always has good insight into any problems that I'm working through.
I had him for a lot of the harder classes, definitely. But it was nice because his office hours were always open, and it was scheduled in a way so that I wouldn't have to worry about not getting in for enough time.
Yes, the most memorable class experience was in application development 2, where there was numerous times I'd actually go into the office, sit down and talk and work with him on my project. It is reassuring words that as much as it felt like my project was kind of a disaster, that it was actually really good and kept up with at least everything else.
One of my fondest memories from Dr. Sigmund definitely was from App Dev 1, when I had an error with just my code in general, and I couldn't find anyone to help solve it, so I went to him. And long story short, we never actually got it solved, but we had a 2 or 3 hour just conversation while we were trying to figure it out, just talking about life and just having good laughs. So I think that was probably my overall most fond memory with him.
I remember the Uno assignment in data structures, where we had to create an application that would play Uno.
I'm gonna miss his Halloween costume of the gorilla. The first picture I have of me at Drury was him in the gorilla costume for Halloween. So I thought, yeah, this is Scott that I remember. He's pretty fun.
And again, another general thing is always whenever he cracks jokes in the middle of class that some people don't really get, but I still kind of do, probably because I'm too much of a nerd, and I still kind of laugh.
I think the things that stick most is his stories. He always has a story to tell and always manages to relate it back to the lesson. And in a way, it helps me understand the concepts he's teaching more than if you were to just stand up there and shout out definitions at us.
Honestly, salt of the earth is the best way I can describe him. He's someone you can go to when you're not sure if you understand the assignment. He's someone you can go to vent a little bit if things aren't exactly going the way they should in life or in school. But no, he's honestly a great guy, great professor.
When we had conversations outside of class and you mentioned hiking, that it's your favorite activity and you do it with your family often. And I think that's my favorite part about you and having our conversations, because it opened up America to a different perspective for me and made me appreciate nature more.
He also teach me like a computer science, but also like he teach me like American joke, like so like I could learn from the English from him.
Having been through a lot of faculty meetings with Scott, it's always kind of reassuring to be able to glance over to him, and he has an interested look, but a kind of bemused look when faculty are becoming caricatures of themselves. It's always nice that he is kind of able to laugh at all of us and laugh at himself too.
As a colleague, Sigmund has really done a lot of work mentoring me and giving me a lot of the language of how to incorporate different techniques into my own pedagogy and how I educate my students.
It's really hard to imagine a better colleague than Scott Sigmund. He has been, my first day, he and Carol Browning just welcomed me like family, and I've felt like that ever since. He and I have had countless discussions, either over lunch or coffee or standing in each other's doorways. I'm sure all the students have seen it. He's taught me so much about teaching, and his relentless dedication to students and caring has really set an example that I have really tried hard to meet, but I'm just not sure it's possible.
Hey, Dr. Sigmund. I just wanted to say thank you for all the time you've spent here and everything you've done for me. It's been amazing being able to be at Drury while you were here, and I'm extremely happy that I got to graduate before you retired. I want to wish you the best as you move into retirement. Have lots of fun, do lots of cool things. Yeah, so have a good time. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Sigmund. Thank you for all you do here at Drury. We all appreciate it, and good luck in retirement.
Scott, retirement's gain is certainly Drury's loss. We're going to miss you, but I hope you have the best time in retirement. Godspeed.
Dr. Sigmund, thanks again for everything. I wish you the best on your retirement and to enjoy the rest of your life.
Thank you, Dr. Sigmund, for all the knowledge and wisdom you shared with me. I hope you have a fantastic retirement and finally get to relax and enjoy the outdoors.
Thank you for being a professor. I might not have been the best student, but still.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for being a great advisor and have good luck in retirement.
Congratulations for retirement, Dr. Sigmund, and thank you for teaching me the computer science classes.
Scott, congratulations on your retirement. Someday I'll get there. I'll probably still be wearing my tie.
Thank you, Dr. Sigmund. Very grateful again to have you as a professor for the last 3 years. Hope retirement treats you well, and just thank you again.
Congratulations, Dr. Sigmund, on your retirement. I hope you have a great one, and just thank you for everything that you've taught me.
Scott, you better come back and visit us a lot. I've loved working with you, just being your friend and just spending time, our lunches sitting in the conference room together. So you better be coming back and visiting us a lot.
Dr. Sigmund, you've known me a while. It's been awesome having you as a professor, having you as a mentor, having you as somebody I can go to in times of need. But first of all, and most importantly, congratulations on retiring. In a way, it looks like we're both graduating this semester. So I look forward to what comes next.
You've helped me through a lot, whether it be just going through and talking about capstone stuff or any personal matters. So you're an excellent professor, and getting to work with you closely as your assistant has made me realize just how much more work you put into it than I would have ever known otherwise. Thank you, sir.
It was a pleasure knowing you, and I'm just so grateful for all the experiences you taught every single one of us, and thank you for being my professor and just making me feel at home, and thank you. And again, don't forget your children, our school children, and I hope everything goes well in your retirement, and maybe one day we'll go hiking together. I'm waiting for that.
So Scott, you have impacted thousands of lives over the years. You've devoted your career to service and to teaching, and we just can't imagine the number of lives that have been impacted by that over the years and the many careers that you have helped launch. And you deserve this next chapter of life, and I hope you enjoy it.
Scott, it's been an amazing 7 years working with you. You are literally irreplaceable. The place is not going to be the same without you. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but enjoy your retirement, delayed as it might be, and we will see you at the Panera.